Welcome everyone to the 172nd edition of the Nuthouse Podcast. I'm your host again, Andy Patterson, and today I've got the award-winning Steve Wellens, the Guru, Tommy Allen, Adam Smith, Dave the Haters kicking around somewhere, Matty D, the Tales of Vegas, David Lee, I think Donny, the No Furry Cup Drinker Baseball's kicking around there sometime for, slightly briefly anyway. There's some big breaking news which we'll cover in a little bit. We just want to get the reviews out of the way, so the fitting place to start is with the red-headed stepchild of the boxing divisions, the cruiserweights last night in Latvia. Mares Bredes announced his arrival amongst the top 10 contenders. A beat down of Ola Duradola before forcing the referee stopped the fight in the 9th round, I think it was. It was a very tough fight. Pushed the early doors. I thought Duradola was just looking through the power shots. I think the tide turned. I think Bredes clipped him in the 4th. Just kind of started teeing off shots. Quality left took in the 6th round for a knockdown. Duradola again showing that great durability, but I just think the punishment he was taking in the 9th round, the head snapping back, just gave really the referee the chance to jump in and stop the fight. It wasn't a really great fight, Tommy. I know you got to see it, mate, but I know Duradola's nails, triple hard bastard, sublime chin and all that stuff, probably on the angel dust last night as well. Brady's showing a good gas tank as well for what it's worth. You know, I'm not saying anything, but it's that neck of the woods. Yeah. But it was a beat down in the end though, wasn't it?
Oh, it was, man. You just see him gradually gassing, man, and after that it was easy pickings. He started off well in the first 2 rounds, Duradola, but as you see, it was around 3-4 when Bredes landed obviously on a big shot and that, and he started taking over, man. But he's going to be a handful for anybody. It's interesting to see if Bailey actually wins the title, which he won't, against this other beast. He's going to fight this guy next, doesn't he?
Oh, what?
So he's not going through the 2 fights here, but that was a crazy fight last night. I'm really high on Bredes. I'm a big fan of his.
It's a pity Dave the Haters not on the call because, you know, I think at the time after was Mares Wacky knocked out that uppercut. Mm-hmm. You know, I wanted to know how his career would progress and stuff. I actually thought the fight might have been Eurosport like his last one, but it's great that YouTube link appeared last night. You know, great quality, but I look at the guy actually. I don't know what it is, mate. I just think he's got a wee bit of glass there, but he did show, you know, probably more to do with the fact that Duradola was actually more kind of shook up at that point. But the shots he was landing on Bredes last night didn't really have much of an effect. Mm-hmm. So you just don't know what he's going to be like against these top punchers. Tommy.
Aye, that's it, man. Well, that remains to be seen. 2 big punchers. The guy who's went the distance in that, it's that Machuku. He's obviously a top stylist and that as well. But I agree with you there, Lex. So I missed the first part of what you said there, Andy. About here, mate.
You get that mic fixed, mate. Anybody else catch your fight, guys? No one. That's poor, like. Just shows you how much the red-headed stepchild of the division is, actually. Right, okay, being the case, Lee Haskins, I'll bring Dave Lee in. Dave, you've usually got quite candid comments to make actually, so give me a take on Lee Haskins last night. Probably kind of allowed to fight his own pace, I suppose. I kind of felt that Morales just kind of picked the pace up a wee bit, let the left hand go a wee bit more. It might have caused Haskins a bit more problems than what he did, or is just kind of at his level, probably CD level operator.
I thought it was a pretty routine defence. Perfectly honest, Morales was pretty mediocre, very pedestrian, and I thought I early on I think I give him a couple of rounds early on, Morales, but down the stretch I thought Haskins took over and pretty routine stuff. For a very slappy fight, I thought. I didn't really enjoy it.
A few folk were saying it was a poor fight. Anybody else? The thing is, I actually paused this fight after about 10 rounds, actually, because obviously the Duradola fight came on. Sorry, is that you, Steve?
Yeah, no, I was just saying it was pretty typical Haskins. Haskins falls into 2 categories for me. He can either be explosive, he knocks somebody out and he looks great, or he can be terrible, grabbing, holding. It's just that style he has. He either gels with people or it doesn't. It wasn't one of his worst displays last night. It wasn't, down to the Don Broadhurst levels. I've gone on about that enough in the past, but Morales was pretty basic, pretty limited, I thought. Came with good pedigree, good name anyway, but in reality he wasn't the best. And it was a good win for Haskins. Nice to see him operating on the world scene now. And it was frustrating for him for a while because 2 or maybe even 3 people that he'd beaten were going on to fight for or win world titles. And we believe that Stuart Hall's coming up next and he'll have the chance to beat him again. As Chris Sanigar says, he maybe knock him out this time. Haskins, yeah, could be an explosive guy, could be boring. You never know what you're going to get. Channel 5 overall was a pretty decent card. Better than we've been served up on Sky
Come
recently.
on, Josh!
Yes,
Come on,
go on,
Josh!
Josh.
Come on, sorry, Steve. Come on, Josh!
You on about Josh Taylor?
Oh, that was a great right hand to the body. I know the opponent was shit.
Come on, did you see the fact that he fought?
I know, mate. I'm at the wind up. It was a great right hand to the body. That was what ended the fight. That right hand to the body. That was it.
He was meant to be 30 years old. He's the same age as me. Get the fuck.
He's a hard fucking paper round there.
3 years younger than me. Well, no, nearly 4. I know.
You must have kept 4 jobs as a fucking kid, like Jesus Christ. Sorry, Steve. I broke your stride there, mate. Sorry.
No, Josh Taylor obviously is a talented guy. I don't think it's just hyperbole. Apparently, he is. He looks really good in the gym, and he's got the amateur pedigree and whatever. I do expect him to go on to bigger things, but God, they need to get him some better opponents. Someone who's going to last 2 or 3 rounds, or at least hit him back. And who else was on the card? Let me think. Paddy Gallagher, good win for him. The guy he was up against obviously wasn't that good. Did Kennedy win? I didn't see that. Was that on after the main event?
Adam saw that one. Adam's actually going to go full casual, but I think he did see this fight.
Go ahead then, Adam. You take over.
I thought the Kennedy fight was flipping brilliant. That's one of the best. It was a surprise to me under the radar. I didn't even plan to watch it. I didn't even know it was on. That's how much of a casual I am. And I watched it this morning. Didn't know the result. I thought it was bloody brilliant. I enjoyed it. That Big Joe, whatever his name is, Jacko.
The Belgian, he's some size of a guy, isn't he, man? Fuck you.
Right. I was looking at him and I thought he's got good banter. We'll start off with that. Big Joe from Belgium has got good banter, but there is no way on earth that Eddie would put him in with any of his kids. He's a 6'6", big black cruiserweight. He is a fucking dangerous man. He's a dangerous man. I quite enjoyed it. God knows how Kennedy got it on the cards. I mean, my strong point ain't maths, but I think Kennedy won 95-93 on 2 cards, which means Kennedy only lost 1 round where he didn't get knocked down. So he got knocked down twice, obviously lost them, and then only lost 1 other.
Bullshit, because he lost the first 2 rounds as well.
Well, yeah, I find it. I didn't score it, to be fair, because I thought it was going to be a knockout, but I find it difficult to believe that Big Joe from Belgium only won one round where he didn't score a knockdown. So of the 8 rounds where there wasn't a knockdown, he only won 1 of them. I find that hard to believe. I do hope they do it again, but I think it's pretty tough matchmaking on Kennedy, to be fair. I have heard a little bit about him before. I think he's fought Wadi Camacho twice. He's got a form line through Roy Jones Jr. with Courtney Fry. So, they have been messing about with the lad, to be fair. And then to put him in with that lad last night, who's like I say, is one of the most dangerous people away from world level that you'll find. There's no way on earth he'll ever get on a matchroom card, that Big Joe, because it's too dangerous. I mean, he'll be dangerous for Tony Bellew. Never mind Craig Kennedy, or whatever his first name is. Josh Kennedy, is it Josh? No, Craig Kennedy. So, but yeah, I thought that was a really good fight. Enjoyed that. Haskins, like David said, really, run-of-the-mill routine kind of defence. I thought he worked the body really well. I think he is slowing down a bit, though. He's going to get caught, with his hands-down style. He did catch a few from Morales last night. I gave Morales the 2nd and 4th round. And then I was surprised to see Richie Woodall had Haskins up 6-0. I was and I thought, no, that's got to be right. I gave him rounds 2 and 4.
Tommy tweeted that as well. That was a fucking joke. That card 5-0 at one point.
Yeah, well 6-0. He had it 6-0, and then, it was funny though because I tweeted it. I watched it, like I say, this morning. I didn't know the result, and then I didn't give Morales another round after that, so that just shows how good I am at taking.
Can I just say? I mean, I tweeted that as well last night about Woodall. I mean, if he was on Sky Sports, he'd be getting just as much hate as Watt and Halling. His Brit bias is the worst by far.
That was even the best of last night. What was it?
Come to that, mate. That's Bellew material. Fuck's sake.
It's shit, man.
I'll never forget the time, I'm not sure if you remember the Gavin Rees Andreas Gatelnik fight from Setanta years ago. He was the colour commentator on that, and he kept the running scorecard as well. And there was rounds there where no word of a lie, Kotelnik was battering the fuck out of Reese, and he gave the round to Reese, and I forget who was doing the play-by-play, but
it was John Rawling. It was John Rawling.
John Rawling, you're right, yeah, it was John Rawling, and he even questioned. He said, "Richie, surely Kotelnik won that round because basically he kicked Reese's cunt in." And Woodall was saying, "Oh, but Reese is coming forward, and trust me, John. Believe you me, as he's saying, is if this was in Vegas, because Reese is coming forward, they would have given that round to Reese." I was like, "What the fuck are you on about, man?"
I do like Woodall, to be fair, but
he's a nice guy, and he was a fantastic boxer, but his Brit bias is embarrassing.
That was on Satanta, Dave. I remember that one well. That's right. He kept saying, you can't just land a couple of shots in a round and win the round, and you're like, yeah, but he was nearly knocking his head off with those shots.
Even Tommy's friend Bunce had to go off Woodall after the fight. That's how bad it was.
My question is, where's the Cyclone involvement on Channel 5 come from? There was on the ring post, there was obviously ringside with it, suited and booted.
Co-promoter, mate. I think it was co-promoter.
But what interest have they got in it?
They're representing Haskins to a degree, aren't they?
Yeah, over Haskins now, yeah.
Probably their name as well will just basically help try and get the Channel 5 deal. Maybe make some fights. You just never know.
Yeah, they promoted it last night. They've signed Haskins. Now they're trying to branch out, as they say.
I mean, obviously Barry's the promoter now, isn't he? Barry's the Channel 5 promoter now.
Yeah, his son Blaine officially has the promoter's license.
Right. But
Blaine, yeah. But I've been to an event in that venue before, and it looked only half full to me, and the atmosphere sounded more buzzing for the Kennedy fight. I know he's more local than Haskins than actually the main event, but. It's not a difficult place to sell out that, and they've not. I mean, they can't be making any money last night. It's a shame. And our friend from Matchroom says, you want to turn on and you want to see the flashing lights and the entrances and the buzzing atmosphere. There was a little something missing last night, and I think it was the atmosphere.
It wasn't sell out that much, was it?
No, I mean it only holds 2,500. I've been there for the Cleverly fight when he got blasted by the Crusher.
That being the case, I mean, obviously we talked about atmosphere. I think the only atmosphere you'd probably hear would be for Andrew Selby. Louis Norman picked up the British flyweight title. We had some problems, I suppose. Took a few shots. He was gallus enough. Obviously a class above, but he did have problems with the movement. I did think at one point he maybe was pushing for a stoppage, but I think he maybe wanted to preserve himself. I think he knew at some point. I think he was about the 6th or 7th. He kind of knew he wasn't going to get the guy out of there, so just decided to go the distance because. The way he was punching, and it was easily he was just going to fucking punch himself out at some point. So easily out of canter. But they're talking about what the other champs just now. We're talking about world champion Gonzalez, Ringrong, and Estrada. No chance. No chance. Absolute fucking no chance. He's a good fighter. Come on, didn't get it wrong. Okay, he got embarrassed by Rhys McFadden up at the Commonwealth Games in Scotland. But come on, he's not going to hang with any of those 3 guys just now. No chance.
That's he fuck.
Who saw the fight?
I saw it, man, and see, to be honest, I thought it was a bit closer than the scoring again. It was Woodall scoring again. I thought Selby lost the first round. They lost one of the middle rounds, and obviously he had that bad patch in the fight. So I think there was only maybe two rounds in it going into 12. But obviously Selby's sealed it with a brilliant 12th round. But I thought it was a very, very competitive fight. I like Selby, but he's still got a lot to work on. He's nowhere near the world level yet. I know a couple of defence to the British, and as you say, he's on for European. He just get destroyed by any one of the champions right now.
I agree, Tommy, with what you say about Selby's has a lot to learn in that, but I didn't think the fight was that close. I think the problem was last night, Norman wasn't a puncher. Selby wasn't afraid of anything that he was hitting him with. He knew he could just come in at will and do what he wanted, really. Selby seems to have talent, and he will get shot sooner rather than later, because obviously at those lower weights you tend to. But I think the problem was Norman didn't really punch that hard, and he didn't have anything to worry him.
Anybody else want to weigh in with the Selby chat? Because I'll need to go back to Steve, because I think Steve was one of the ones that kind of watched the Box Nation card. Anybody else watch it? Jack Catterall, Joe Hughes. I think the Dave Paris scorecard was a bit shit, basically. 115, 113. I think I had, to be honest, I gave Hughes maybe 1-2 rounds. I think at best you can give him maybe 3. But it was a clear win for Catterall, actually. Hughes kept it competitive somewhat, but I read going into the fight, actually he's apparently got nerve damage in his right arm. So that's the reason why I had I end up picking Catrell in the prediction league.
Apparently he does. He has some kind of nerve damage and he can't throw. You say that it must be the right hand. He can't throw it very well, but he did okay. He's a decent enough guy. I'm not sure about Catrell. I've said before, I don't really know what to make of him. He's been elevated to main event status, more to the fact that Frank's stable is quite depleted. I don't know. He seems like a talented guy. He seems to have a little bit about him, but how far he'll go, I really can't tell at the moment. He'll be pushed, obviously, the WBO International Intercontinental routes. Although at the moment, he's mixing up on the domestic scene, so fair play to him. He beat Tom Stalker, wasn't it? I think that was his breakthrough fight. I think that was more to do with Stalker's limitations, I think, as a pro than anything else. He's been shown up before and since. So as for Catrell, I just don't know. I don't know what to expect of him. And the card itself, the card seemed to flip and go on for about 3 days. I mean, I recorded it and watched it the next day, and it was just going on and on and on. We got a bit of Vijender Singh. We got this Blackledge kid who was fighting an African guy, and who else was on it? I can't even think who else was on it now.
The African, like 2 weight divisions below him or something like that. Someone was complaining.
Yeah, the African had hung with Martin Murray in the past, and it was one of these strange sort of British stoppages, actually. The African, I think, was saying that he'd been hit. Yeah, he said he'd been hit around the back of the head or something, and then he tried to get back up again. And the referees, there's no leniency. I think a lot of these foreign guys, it's happened many times before. They're expecting something different from the referees, and the referees are just no nonsense. If you're going down for whatever reason, I'm counting now, and you're gone. I think he was expecting the referee to dust his gloves off and say, right, are you okay? Let's chuck you back in there again. There seems to be a lost in translation, I think, at the moment with the British referees and international fighters, and the board need to act to clear this up, I think. I mean, I'm assuming they go in the change rooms beforehand and have a word with them, or they lay out their rules or whatever, but I think Tete was a victim of a translation issue.
Well, they withheld his purse, didn't they?
Oh, did they?
Yeah, they withheld his purse. They announced it after the fight. They said the board were going to withhold his purse pending an investigation.
They think that he basically dived and just give the fight up because he was grinning and smiling at the end.
Yeah, I'll be honest with you. My initial thought was the same as well, though. I thought he swallowed it completely. And it was funny as well because I thought he was doing well for the first 4 or 5 rounds before he went down. They showed a dozen replays afterwards. I still can't find the shot that put him over. So, and okay, there is a degree of translation issues when you get foreign boxers coming over, but surely he saw the referee counting with his fingers. I mean, he knew what was going on. Surely
there is no translation issue. I think the issue is, and this is probably true in America as well for foreign fighters, but it just seems like some of the more prominent examples recently have taken place in the United Kingdom. But I mean, here's the translation, and I think recent events can tell you this no matter what language you speak. If you get knocked down, you better get up at 9, because if you don't, you're going to get stopped. They will find an excuse to stop you and to help the home fighter win, pretty much, and that's pretty much what it is.
Well, I suppose that is true, Donny, because whenever Hugo Cazares fought Frampton, I remember afterwards in the press conference, Cazares was saying that he didn't understand the referee's count because he couldn't speak English, and I actually made the point myself, now that I think of it, fingers and thumbs have no language barrier. If he sees him counting in front of him, you need to get up. But it just seems to be happening more and more. Are these guys swallowing it? Possibly. But, they probably are, let's be honest. But they just sometimes I just think to myself, they're expecting something different. They're from a different boxing culture. And you do see them abroad sometimes, they get up and the ref just throws them back in again. And, I don't know.
Well, a lot of the times the fighters try to be cute, don't they? They jump up at 9.5 and then they try to say, oh, I was trying to get up. Well, they know the score. I mean, they're not stupid.
I thought he took a couple of body shots. I remember one that was at least a left hand to the solar plexus. I don't know if it was enough to hurt him and keep him down or whatever it was, but
it didn't look forceful enough to knock someone out, though.
That's the thing. Another thing as well. I mean, this guy he was fighting. What was he like? I think he fought at like 150 like 2 months ago or something, and he's fucking fighting a guy at 162.
Seems to be a problem, doesn't it? I was just going to say, Andy, it seems to be a problem with some of these guys who are being brought in for Commonwealth title fights lately. Yeah. And they get the stereotypical sort of, they're from Accra, Ghana, and they're really tough, but there's been some real stinkers. I mean, if you look at that Prince of Fotsu they brought over for Burns, and this Tete, and you see the same ones being recycled over and over again, and they're barely going to last 1 or 2 rounds. They really need to look at these guys. I know that it's a good win on the record and everything, but I mean, like you said, he looked about 2 weight divisions below. I mean, this isn't competitive sport.
Right, guys. As I say, it's been going to the major news of the day. As I say, the fights were not that great at the course of the weekend and stuff, but it doesn't matter. Now, Povetkin. This is according to Fat Dan via VADA and stuff. Povetkin's apparently been tested on the 7th, 8th, and 11th of April, and he's apparently tested clean then. He's then apparently used Melodium in space of that 16-day window when he got tested positive on April 27th. The B sample not been tested yet, and the WBC have now confirmed that the fight's off. What the fuck, man? You know, I was fucking ready. You know what I feel like? I feel like Christian Bale in Hard Times, you know, at this news, man. You know the time when he got fucking rejected off the cops and he's sitting in his car and he's punching the fucking steering wheel. This is fucking bullshit, man! This is fucking bullshit! Fucking typical! I waited a fucking year for this fucking fight. A fucking year! Oh, you had, of course we had expected you. You know, 18 months ago we suspected you were using the fucking drugs. I had hoped that Wilder maybe would have stepped up. But I'm not going to shit on him. That's a stack of cash he's walking away from. Fucking $5 million just about, especially if he wins the fucking fight. But that's new fucking Povetkin, Ortiz, Tepper, fucking Thompson. This is fucking tragic. I'm fucking raging at this. Donnie, that's your opening now, mate, 'cause I'm fucking... motherfuckers!
You know, this podcast is brought to you by a new medication for Tourette's syndrome.
It's a shit fight anyway.
Smoke some weed now. I'm fucking raging at this. That's fucking terrible.
No,
Cannot fucking believe it.
I do understand the rage. You know, I mean, we have been really anticipating this, and this fight would have been, I think, sort of the undisputed number 2, like the winner would have been the undisputed number 2 in the division, and it would have provided so much clarity in the heavyweight division, and now it is not to be. And, you know, a lot of people thought Wilder was going to drop his title. I know Andy thought he was going to drop the title. No one ever thought that Al Haymon was going to let him go over to Russia and defend his title on foreign soil, but he stood poised to do so and to make a $5 million payday, and I'm sure he can't be happy about this, because even if he lost, he still would have made a lot of money. And
he had the excuse though if he got fucking beat.
Yeah, exactly, and he had the built-in excuse was that I was fighting somebody else. And we're talking about trace amounts of a substance that 5 months ago was legal. And I know that there is some problems with that. I know his position is, I took it before, but then how did he test clean, you know, earlier and then test dirty shortly before the fight? Obviously, it doesn't make any sense. He must have used the drug, obviously, after those clean tests at some point. So I mean, it's just fucking stupid, really. I mean, he's got no one but himself to blame. I mean, I have no idea why you would do something so stupid. It's fucked up the heavyweight division. It's fucked up the clarity that we were seeking. Like I said, the winner of this fight would have been the undisputed number 2 behind Tyson Fury, or perhaps I should say behind Tyson Fury, behind the winner of Fury and Klitschko. And now we don't have that clarity, and everything is thrown into disarray. And if you're a fan of boxing, today is not a good day for you.
You know, I kind of think this is more akin to, you know, like when a criminal, like a robber's been on the run for a long time and he's just tired of the game, so he just does something stupid and gets himself popped on purpose. And I think that's what this is. Alexander was done running his game, and he knew he was going to get knocked out by his blackness anyway, so it was the best move for his health and safety.
To be honest, mate, I was going down the line last week that Wilder would win the fight. Oh, man, you know, the whole fucked up situation. I just want to quit this shit. This is honest to God. I mean, what we got coming up over the horizon to save me? Fuck's sake.
It's strange that they've waited to postpone it before the B samples came back, though. That's weird.
Hang on, though. You know, Andy, you do have AJ versus Breazeal coming up, so, you know, I mean, not all is lost.
My root, Donnie, and take my balls at the same time.
AJ, baby.
Donnie,
Donnie. Here next week.
You ignoring my theory, Donnie? What about my theory?
What, that Al Haymon set it all up?
Uncle Al has messed with these samples so that Wilder doesn't have to go over, which we knew he wasn't going to.
Russian to fuck something up with drug testing. I don't think they need any help from Al.
It was a good theory, though, wasn't it, Donny?
I did like the theory, though. It was creative. It was outside the box for sure.
He can defend now against Charles Martin, Gerald Washington, and who was the other name I came up with? I can't remember anyway, but there you go.
Well, that leaves a clear path now to put AJ and Wilder in together, but I don't think Al Heyman will want to do it, and I don't think Eddie Hearn would fucking really want to risk it either. But that's really a natural fight that can be made now, eh?
Well, anyways, some of the guys need to chime in here. I mean, I need to pull myself together here until I finish smoking this fucking shit, so someone take over.
Paul Smith's a cunt.
Dave Lee, you must have some fucking comments on this. What's Dave? Adam. Fuck's sake, you're all dropping like flies, man.
Jesus Christ! All right.
I'm here.
Motherfuckers.
All I'm going to say is, Alexander Povetkin had the chance to become the hardcore's hero in Moscow next Saturday, but he's messed up. He's messed up big time. I mean, you know, the Al Heyman empire is falling to pieces. He's sending heavyweight contenders to London and Moscow, or Moscow, as you guys will say over the pond. He has messed up bad. He's messed up real bad. But we've suspected it for some time. Andy and Kurt have both suspected it for some time. And, you know, it's bad. It's real. Like, people are playing with people's lives here, man. Like, and these guys are heavyweights as well. Like, he's going to throw a 17, 18 stone punch at another human. It's dangerous, mate. And it is like the Wild West in Russia. I mean, he's obviously been doing it for some time, because the first time that he goes in against someone who's a bigger name than him, or American, or with a powerful promoter like Al Heyman, he's got caught. So, he's obviously been doing it. But why are they doing it, man? Like,
what's his promoter been up to? His promoter's been fucking lying as well, because he's saying that he stopped using it in January, right? But if he tested clean for the fucking stuff early April, how's he popping positive fucking late April?
What's the substance, Andy, in my language?
It's that stuff that Maria Sharapova got caught for. I think it's been like
Meldonium.
It's
like,
called
boxing?
It's called meldonium. Hang on, and it's what it is. It's a medication that's used to treat angina.
But it pushes blood flow. There's like 4 different effects it can use. It's like it pushes blood flow and all.
If you don't really have that condition, it can actually increase the blood flow to your muscles, which would give you a substantial endurance boost in any fight, in any a 12-round fight. You would really benefit from it. I mean, there's no doubt that there are performance-enhancing effects, but because it's an actual medical drug with an approved use, no one ever thought to really add it to the banned substance list until just recently. And of course, Maria Sharapova in women's tennis just got popped for the exact same thing. Also,
would you rate her, by the way?
Huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Continue. Sorry, on you go, Donnie. You were making a good point. Sorry, on you go.
Well, what did you basically say? I'd hit that or something like that?
No, on you go.
Yeah, okay. Well, Sharapova got popped for it. Interestingly enough, she also, too, was from Russia, so maybe there's a connect for that drug, I guess, as they say in Russia. I don't know. But, 2 very, very prominent Russian athletes have just been popped for the exact same drug.
200 this year, since January, apparently, for this drug. 200.
Really?
Yep. Sharapova's getting an appeal. I think she's getting heard next week, apparently. Because some folk were saying last night, apparently, that Vlada actually basically put out a word that the band that did a lot of tests on it, didn't know how long it stayed in the system for. So some people then saying Povetkin's going to get his hair tested to see how long it's been in the system for.
That's clearly bullshit in this case, though, because, I mean...
he's been lying.
No, because he tested clean first.
He's been lying. How many teams been fucking lying?
It's a dirty fucking country run by a dirty son of a bitch, and it fucking fully offends me the way that Western men bow down and think that fucking authoritarian son of a bitch is some bastion of freedom and manhood. He's a fucking piece of shit who uses his KGB ways, and all of his fucking cronies are right in on the goddamn game, and you can't trust a fucking thing that goes on in that goddamn country, and they're gonna create fucking World War III. You fucking watch.
Matty, wait a minute, Matty, any comments on Justin Gatlin winning 100 metres yesterday?
I like fast people, that's cool. I can't keep up with them.
Matty, let it go, the wall's down.
Donnie. What were you going to say, mate? On you go.
Oh, no, I just said, I was like, thank you, Ronald Reagan. You can't trust the Ruskies.
Look at the positive side. Look at the positive side of it, though. I mean, we had two great heavyweight fights next week that were clashed with each other. Now we can all watch David Hayes fight with that Swiss anagram.
And it's free on Dave on Dave.
Dave on Dave. I mean,
And Shannon Briggs is on the undercard too.
Yeah,
Let's go,
baby!
Woo!
Let's go, Ken.
Let's go, champ!
it doesn't.
Like,
Sorry, wait. Dave's making a point. Down you go, David.
Oh, no, I wasn't making any point whatsoever. I'm just saying.
Make one anyway.
It's going to be a great night's boxing, you know. I mean, the last
Hay
card. Yeah, the last Hay card was one to remember, wasn't it?
Oh, it was tremendous, mate. Should have been pay-per-view, of course.
It was terrific, yeah. But no, it wasn't pay-per-view. It was on free television. We should all be grateful.
Dave's promoting Dave on Dave.
Part 2.
Is Briggs? No, on all seriousness, is Briggs actually fighting on that undercard? I know he's been rumored to be fighting Dimitrenko, but is it actually official? Has he got a license to fight?
He's passed out his test, mate. I don't know who he's got yet. He's still facing TBA, so Tom Bob Anderson's still up there.
Still TBA, but Dimitrenko's not confirmed yet, and Dimitrenko said that
he never fights that guy.
Fight. No, I don't think it's going to be that fight.
Anyway, back to Wilder fucking Vetkin. I mean, what next for Wilder, man? Obviously, he's been in training camp, spent a lot of money, you know, justified taking a holiday. He's not going to dive in with Joshua straight away, obviously, once he fucking knocks out that bum in like fucking 40 seconds. But, fuck Povetkin. I mean, hopefully, I'm fucking, honestly, Matt, you laugh all you want, I'm fucking raging.
Do you want me to tell a laughable story to pick up your spirits,
go on,
Andy?
mate. Tell me something.
All right.
Here we go.
We're going to call this A Scotsman Goes to America. So Tommy tells me a few months ago that he's going to be out for Canelo against Khan. I figure, hell, I have a friend that lives in Bullhead City I want to see, which is just about an hour outside of Vegas. I'll drive out there. Famous last words of a fool. So we drive out there, I do my thing, play my golf. I actually ended up, at the end of the day, I ended up about $20 up on Vegas. You know, I'm going to fucking take that. And everything's going good. And I get a hold of Tommy, and he tells me he's staying in the MGM Grand. So we walk over there. That was mistake number one.
It's great, this. You know, this is fantastic because this isn't a monologue. This is Matty just reciting this just off the top of his head.
Yeah.
Where's Shep?
So,
this is how it's done. This is how done by the fucking professionals. When you go, Matty.
Bullshit.
So we walk in, find our way to the MGM Grand. Tommy tells me everything I should be able to know about where to find his room if I give the information to one of the friendly staff at the MGM Grand. I give this information to a elderly white woman up there, not an immigrant who might have a language barrier. No, an elderly woman. And you know what? She fucking doesn't know where to go. So I wander aimlessly around the MGM Grand, finally end up talking to Tommy, and he says, meet him over by the ring with the lion in it. No, fantastic. I can find that. So we go over there. Tommy runs up wearing an orange golf shirt and his Union Jack shorts.
Staunch as fuck.
He's messed up, and runs over, gives me a big hug, man. We've been talking for 8 or 9 years. And it was a great time. But he runs over, and he's got a squirt bottle for some reason. He says, "Oh, let's go on up to the room." So he starts walking around, and he's spraying the casino guests at the slot machines with this squirt bottle, which I think was probably filled with water.
I forgot about that. Water bottle straight over.
Yeah, in retrospect, it was probably not filled with water, but cleaning solution. So we're walking around, and we finally find our way up into the up to this floor, and after spraying all the patrons that he could, and then wondering what the fuck's going on, and looking back at him. But Tommy's a big guy; not many people are going to say anything at the end of the day over some water. He's walking down the hall, and he also decides to spray some of the Pinoy Health. That seemed interesting enough. And find our way into his room, and there's his cousin, and we start drinking and having a good time, and we missed the weigh-in. So we decide, let's go to this bar. Tommy's found this bar where they have, you can get a Pabst Blue Ribbon and a hot dog for $3, and he's been going on and on about it for the last fucking month. So we start walking away out of the MGM Grand, me, my friend Joe, who's with me, who's this big 6'8" guy, and Tommy kept looking at him and making tall comments. And Tommy's cousins. We're all walking down, and we look back, and Tommy's cousin's nowhere to be found. Fuck it. So we hitch this cab, and we get in the cab, and we got this guy. He's a Somalian immigrant, actually. And we tell him, want to go to the stage door. He doesn't know where it is, find the address, and that's where we're going. Okay, so we're driving, and he finds out I'm from Colorado, and he asks if I want to get any weed. Of course, because, I'm Colorado. We have it legally. It's really a fuck in the head when you just can't go to the store and say, hey, I want a joint. So say, yeah, why not? But then he tells me the price, which is like, 3 times, 4 times that what's in Colorado. It's fucking ridiculous. I say, just take us to the stage door. So we're driving around. We managed to get lost all around Vegas somehow. I don't know how long he's been a cab driver.
Fucking right.
But decided, he could find weed and he could get us hookers if we wanted. Never took him up on that, but I got the guy's number. So we're driving around, and we finally find a way to the stage door after the guy has gotten so irritated with Tommy, he was taking turns sharply just to knock Tommy on the floor because he didn't want to wear his seatbelt. So we pull up to the stage door. Tommy pulls out some money to pay the guy. He tries to pay him with a 20-pound note. Me and my buddy pay for the cab ride. Hit the ATM. Go in there, buy Tommy a Corona and a hot dog. Doesn't even want the fucking hot dog now. All week long, I'm talking about getting a fucking hot dog. Now he doesn't even want a goddamn hot dog.
Yeah.
So I give it to my buddy who's sitting down playing some video poker. I go and put some money in the jukebox. Never got to hear my songs, by the way. And so I'm sitting there. Tommy gets a Corona, and they put limes in the Corona out here. He looks at like, what the fuck? And he throws it out into the street, and he hits a pedestrian. Well, the pedestrian looks at him really angrily, and then throws it back at him, proceeds walking, because, again, I don't think he wants to really take up task with Tommy. So, so we sit there, we drink a beer, play some video poker, and we wander back up to the hotel, because actually the hotel I'm at's about 2 blocks away from this, just from that bar. Walking up, time's like, we got to get back to the Grand, start partying. Okay, let's get to the room. I got my truck here. And the thing is, if you come from altitude, you can drink quite a bit and not get drunk when you go down towards sea level. I'm not a big drinker, and I'd had plenty of great beverages that day, and I was feeling just fucking fine. So we go up. I wanted to snag a shower because we've been walking to fucking Vegas. I probably smell like fucking the rectum of a wrestler after the goddamn Royal Rumble. So I hop in, grab myself a shower. I come out. My buddy's sitting there on the couch. Tommy's fucking passed out asleep on my bed. Just dead asleep. Dead asleep. This is about 6:45.
Did you shag him?
No. But so, sitting there, and, it'd been a half hour gone by, so I give him a nap, and I try to wake him up. And Tommy will not budge. I jump on the bed, fly onto the bed, jump, try to, he doesn't budge. Hit him with the pillow a few times. He doesn't budge. So I figure, well, I'll let him rest for a while. My buddy Joe decides to go down to the casino, and I sit there, and I got my clubs in the hotel room. So I threw down a couple balls, and I practiced my chipping and was knocking balls off Tommy's feet for about 30 minutes. So I just decided to sit down and watch a few shows. I watched a really interesting new series on CNN with W. Kamau Bell where he does weird things. He's a black guy, and he went, first episode is he went into with a bunch of Klansmen and was interviewing them. It was really, really weird, really uncomfortable. But anyways, about 11:30, Tommy finally wakes up. Yeah, he'd been asleep for about 5 hours after the statement, hurry up, we got to get to the MGM to go party. And I've been awake the whole fucking time. Not to mention, I've driven in Jesus Christ. So we get over to the fucking hotel, walk into the room. I forget that he gave me his room key and it's in my wallet. Knocking on the door. Finally, his cousin gets up and fucking opens the door. We walk in, start drinking. Oh, and Tommy it's talking on Twitter, Facebook, and the wonderful Aisha Bashir, she gets a hold of him. A wonderful person. Went down there, met with her. Why she thinks Tommy's a wonderful guy, I have no clue. She really thinks he's a sweetheart. Jesus fucking Christ. He is. He's not too bad. Anyhow, so we get down there, hang out for a fucking while, and I just can't do it, man. It's 3 o'clock. I've been up for fucking 21 hours. Some of us didn't get a fucking nap.
Fucking late.
So I fucking go back and get my goddamn truck, and fucking drive back, and leave Tommy to his affairs. Get back to the room, No, the story's not over when I left. I get back to the room. I go to lay down in my bed, and it's fucking wet. I don't know. All over the fucking place.
What the fuck, man? What happened?
I'm gonna assume Tommy might have pissed himself, and it was all the shit and everything. So I had to curl up on the side of the bed, shivering all night long. Then the next day, went to the fight, saw the knockout in person. It's cool to see a knockout of the year. That was pretty fucking great. Got out of there before it was too hectic. But yeah, that's what happens when Tommy goes to Vegas.
Fucking hell, man.
Vegas kicked my ass, like. I can't wait to go back.
Me and Joe are making it a tradition, man. Cinco de Mayo weekend every year.
Fucking right, man. That was awesome, next.
I can add a little bit to that story, Matty, because I met Tommy for the first time the night before Frampton Quig, and he can't remember at all. And I was with him for at least an hour, and he still can't remember.
Do you remember?
I do, yeah. I drove there.
That's good. Yeah, you have to resist the temptations of having a beer every time he says, "Want a beer?" Yeah, you can't do it every time. It's just, it's the end.
See, in my defence, man, cocaine is a hell of a drug.
How pure was it?
Pure as fuck.
Fuck's sake. Right, what's your stay in Vegas then, right? So, we better move on to Twitter questions. You can get, Donnie, you still there, mate? Lost Donnie, aye.
Either that,
right.
he's
Steve,
on mute at least.
We'll give you the first question, mate. Andy Minia asks, what active fighter, all divisions, has the best resume? Not the best fighter, just the best resume. And you can't say Roy Jones or James Toney.
Bernard Hopkins.
Hopkins.
What's the question? What 90s fighter?
No, just any fighter. What's active fighter's got the best resume? No, the best fighter, but just the best resume. So, Steve, you said who again?
Bernard Hopkins. I mean, look at the longevity and the names over time.
Cotto.
Yeah, Cotto. Yeah, it's a good one.
Mosley.
Canelo's up there, man.
He's retired. I know you talked to
Mosley?
him.
Mosley's back in training now for a fight.
Training with Duran.
And Tommy tried to start a fight with Pernell Whitaker when I lost him.
I kicked his ass, man. Him and Judah. What about Broner singing the Ricky Bond song to Adrian Broner? He didn't like that shit, did he?
This guy tells me, yeah, I ran into Whitaker. He wanted to fight me after I said I thought Chavez beat him.
Mate, how stoned are you just now, mate?
Oh, dude, it's my day off. I've been getting retarded. I got like 4 different jars of homegrown in front of me, so I'm all right. I got 2 more plants to cure.
Lemon Zeese and some Keith, mate. You're fucking all sorted.
I'm having a great time.
Yeah, me too, mate. I'm fucking home alone.
Yeah.
Right. Adam, Timmy Tapia. Why does Frank get a pass for his recent cards? If Markstrom set up this shit, we would hunt down Eddie Hearn.
Well, the thing is, the card that he put on this week was that poor that just no one took any notice at all. Whenever Eddie puts on a card, it's on Sky, and it's for all to see kind of thing. But this one was buried away on Box Nation as normal, and a lot of people like me and yourself, Andy, if it's on Box Nation and we want to watch it, we don't turn the TV on, unfortunately, nowadays. So, I mean, that one, just passed me by. I mean, other than Cattrall, I don't even know the result for Cattrall, and I couldn't name you another fighter on there because, as you know, as of last week, I am officially a casual.
So you actually put your name towards a fucking vote for that prediction league, didn't even watch the fight?
Yeah, I tell you how I picked my prediction. I just went on Oddschecker and looked at the fight, and whatever price was the shortest, I went for that.
I called every fight accurately, and I didn't.
There
watch
he
a single
is.
Fight. Yeah, I didn't watch a single fight. I called them all accurate though.
Dave, who's the chick in the background?
Is that Cindy?
It is, yeah.
Put her on the phone.
Go on, Cindy, love.
She's chattering about something else. She's
No,
too busy
put her
for
on.
that.
Come on, interrupt her for 5 seconds. Put her
Is
on
she
the
a
line.
Carl Froch fan?
She likes Manny, doesn't she?
It's your coach
Man,
fan.
Manny. Cindy.
She's making the nose symbol. She after last time, she's afraid.
Oh, come on, you fuck. We didn't say nothing the last time.
Come on, Cindy.
Now she heard about the reaction she got.
But
Who told her that? Like, must have been you,
Is
Dave.
Cindy fit?
That's
where is she, Dave?
something you'll have to find out at some other point, I think.
Okay.
Where is
I'm
she?
going to take Dave's Facebook now.
Leave him alone. Come on, move on. Leave him alone.
Right, Dave Lee. Phil's right, Cross is asking the question, why haven't we seen Hearn with an £8 million cheque on Sky calling out Can like we did for Quig Frampton?
No idea. Simple as that. What kind of a question is that? Okay.
Oh,
Send in
for
better
fuck's sake.
questions.
This is brilliant. Fucking hell. Right, you want a serious question?
I mean, I can't get in the mindset of a twat. You know what I mean? I mean, why does Hearn do any of these things? I don't know.
Probably for tax reasons though. He doesn't want to fucking let the tax authorities know he's got 8 million fucking checks
Dave,
sitting
don't
right
come on and insult the listeners. Come on.
Well, this might not even be a listener. That might be a question from a Blag account or something. I don't know.
Love it, Dave.
Fuck, I need to check who's still on the call. Right, Matty, I'll see if I can get you in here. All these fucking UK cunts are all asking UK questions, aren't they? Right,
They really
Martin
need
Hurry.
to expand their horizons.
Martin Hurry asks, who wins between David Lemieux and Chris Eubank Jr.?
Eubank Jr. Great.
You know, fuck if I know, because I was so fucking pissed off at that stoppage in the fight against Tapia, who, you know, at least has some merit and will, you know, stay in there and fight. I don't know what'll really happen with Lemieux when someone will stand in there and fight him. The only issue I see with Eubank Jr. is a lot of the time he gets into the habit of throwing too many single shots, and Lemieux's willingness to put together his punches could definitely mean that he gets caught in the middle of an exchange more likely than Lemieux probably would.
Okay. Tommy, Hating Bomb asks, for next week's pod, who has pissed his career away the most, Garcia or Stevenson?
That's going to be easy. It's going to be Adonis Stevenson, man. Fuck me. He left HBO to try and get the Hopkins fight, never got that. Then he fucked up the fight with Kovalev. No brainer.
Yeah, plus Garcia might still get that Floyd fight, although we would all hate to see it. It's looking like it might happen.
At least he's still fighting interesting fights, you know, even if he's fucking had a gift or two, he's still fighting like Peterson and shit like that, you know.
Steve Fat Tone, who wins, Paul Smith or Fake Chavez at 172?
The battle will be on the scales, I'd say. Chavez. As much as I like Smith, Chavez.
You know Chavez is back with Freddie Roach now, from what I hear.
Is he?
That's what I read. So I've not heard that from the horse's mouth per se, but that was where he showed his best form. Although his best is certainly not that impressive.
Right, Adam. Matty asks, who will end up having the best career? Selby, Edwards, Conlon, Butler and Yafai.
Oh God, Selby, Edwards,
Conlon, Butler and Yafai.
Right. Conlon's getting beat. Butler's already been beat. Both Yafais looked pretty decent in the last fight. Selby was fantastic last night, I thought. I know you guys didn't give him a glowing report, but I thought he was good.
It was alright,
I think, yeah, he's just lacking a bit of power for me. I've obviously got to go with the Matchroom fighter. Oh no, I've left that train now, the Matchroom train. I can do what I don't know. It's a good bunch, to be honest. I was quite impressed with Gamal Yafai last time because I rated him below his brother. But I think he could be the one out of the two Yafai brothers.
Right. Dave the Hater, Fight Score Club, Bobby Hunter asks, main question is why would and should Wilder even consider Povetkin after the PED test? Well, that's probably well, they know that the fight's been cancelled, so I'll give you this one. Jordan Singleton, people talk about Lewis Smelling 2 being the most culturally significant bout ever. But what would you be your number 2?
Maybe Jack Johnson versus Jim Jeffries. That was a big one. Actually, that may even rival Lewis Schmeling. I don't know if it was on such a world level, but in this country, it was very significant for racially speaking.
What you got, Tommy?
What's that, mate? What's the question again?
What would be the most? Well, the guys are basically asking is Lewis Smelling 2 would be the most significant cultural bout ever. What would be your number 2?
Ali Frazier, even though it was 2 black guys. That was definitely a black against white thing, though, wasn't it?
Yeah,
You know what I mean?
that's a good shout. The first one, huge.
Yep.
Suppose because it's kind of like, well, Matty would know about the racial politics of America. No,
Well,
when it's born in the country with it, you know.
Obviously, the black guys are wanting Ali to win, and the Frazier was the white guy's champion, or Baldaz, wasn't he?
Steve, I think before we answer this question on Twitter actually, but what is the best way to watch? Sorry, we'll get this right again. What is the best way to watch late night boxing on Sunday morning without knowing the result? It just depends how impulsive you are, I suppose.
Yeah, it's difficult to stay off Twitter for a start. That would be the first thing. Going on YouTube and trying to find an actual link without clicking on something that looks like it's the fight, but it's actually somebody talking about it. You know, those idiots who just talk about boxing all the time. You know, you get sick of them people, don't you? And they give you the result out. I don't know, mate.
What you do is, the day before, you keep yourself logged into the boxing scene video section. Go on Google, type in boxing scene video section, it'll take you directly there, and you don't have to look at Twitter, you don't have to look at Facebook, you don't have to look at anything else. That's how it's done.
You used to have
Fucking
Simbros, and then he disappeared. He was quite good. He used to put all the downloads down. I mean, there are alternative methods.
He was on boxing. He was on a boxing asylum, but I sacked him.
Oh, right. So it's your fault then.
Power hungry. That's when we used to have a website, you know.
We used to have a website, aye. Wait till it comes back 2.0.
So I hear that there are websites coming back better than ever. Is this true?
Fucking better. We've been waiting long enough.
Jesus will be back before the website
Jesus
is.
fuck.
It's coming back because I want to see Smith's weekly fucking blog again, eh? I miss that. Yeah, done.
Right, I've got this one in for Phil's Right Cross. What is the point in having 21st century production and atmosphere of boxing events if you have 19th century commentary? It's par for the course nowadays. But no, you can't see me want to jump into this.
It's more of a good point than a good question. I mean, I don't think there's a good answer to that.
What's happened to Lampley? Lampley's fucking way. I remember, well, if you watch some of the kind of older fights, he is fucking slightly better back then than he is now. He's fucking terrible nowadays.
I think he's getting old, man. That's all.
He looks at CompuBox too much.
Yeah, they're too stat heavy, Tommy. They're too stat heavy, aren't they? It's all CompuBox, yeah.
Exactly, man.
I really like Paulie Malignaggi on the mic. I just hate him in every other way.
I think he's a good personality, and he brings the mentality of a good, honest fighter's perspective. You know, I mean,
Tarver is fucking good, man. I need to get him back someday.
Who?
Tarver. Antonio Tarver.
Tarver? Yeah, they get him on some of the PBC shows, like on Tuesday nights and shit.
Yeah, he's on Spike, I think.
The one coming up this Tuesday, I think's got Miguel Vasquez is fighting somebody, so I know what I'm doing Tuesday night.
Danny, did you hear Danny Garcia on last week with Berto and Ortiz rematch? He was awful.
He was terrible.
And also Gus Johnson was back there. He had a few good one-liners back in the day on Showtime, but he was not good.
See the thing with Danny though, he's very worried just now, isn't he? He's got fucking can problems, hasn't he? Come on.
Robin Reid's good. Get him on.
Hi, if he's full of the beak.
Full of the beak, man.
I heard Paul Smith's actually not bad.
Fuck off.
Fucking terrible.
What about Amir Khan. He picked Tyson Fury, nobody else.
Kansas man, Lex.
Right, next question, Dave Lincoln. Why does Frank Warren insist on protecting Billy Joe Saunders when he'll throw Butler in with Tete and Inoue? I think this is what David. I think Butler's in a final eliminator for WBO title, which is held by Inoue, so that fight's not going to happen anytime soon. Both in the next 12 to 18 months, probably.
You can take gambles in the lower weight classes where there's not as much money involved, is there? Obviously, he's got a middleweight title holder there. There's potentially big money on the line, isn't there? He's never going to make big money off Paul Butler.
It's the division he's in as well, I suppose, isn't it?
That's right.
Right, okay. Steve, Sammy's asking, will Bellew do better than Kev Mitchell did when he fought at his team's football stadium? I think Mitchell was, he's apparently saying 6 years ago today.
Hopefully, he does just as well as Mitchell does. Mitchell did.
That's proper hate, man, fuck's sake.
Yeah, I hope he does just as well as Kev, no better, no worse.
I like Bellew now.
Apparently they've opened up 2 more tiers, haven't they? Hopefully there'll be plenty of tiers on the night anyway, but I mean, yeah, I've already answered it really. Sorry, Tone.
Right, Brian King asked a question about Oscar De La Coco. His close fights, which ones do you have winning and losing? Now, apparently he had winning both Mosley fights, Quarty and Tito, and losing to Sweet Pea, Sturm, and convincingly lost to Floyd.
I thought he lost to Sturm, but I know it's not a popular opinion, but I thought he beat Whitaker, and I thought he beat Quarty as well.
I
thought Quarty beat him 114, 111 every day.
I thought Quarty fucked it away, man.
I thought he beat Whitaker. I thought he beat Quarty. Beat Tito. He lost the first Mosley fight. I thought he won the second Mosley fight. Where does that leave us? Sturm. He lost the Sturm fight. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
sorry. I thought he lost the first Mosley fight as well, but the second fight I thought he
won that. He definitely won that second Mosley fight.
That was a robbery.
Yeah, big time.
So I think other close fights. I think Floyd, 115, 113, maybe 116, 112 to Floyd. Can't see Oscar winning the fight.
But I didn't think the Mayweather fight was close though. I thought Mayweather was a clear winner in that one.
Wait,
I didn't think it was any
I thought it was 7-5. Maybe because I hate Floyd.
What about Tito? I had that one a draw.
The Trinidad fight. I thought. Okay, here's the thing with the Trinidad fight, right? I thought that Ahoya won, but I have no sympathy for him losing that fight. I mean,
I'm the same because he blew that last fight.
He ran, didn't he?
Aye.
No. In fairness to him, right? Okay, he'll say to you that he listened to his trainer. What was it? Was it Alcazar? Was it?
Aye.
Yeah, he listened to his advice, but at the same time, man, I mean, how many title fights did you have at that time? I mean, your experience, you know, not to fuck away or to give rounds away in a championship fight. And I'm a huge De La Hoya fan, but I was so sickened and so frustrated with De La Hoya in that fight. I mean,
he could have closed the show too. I mean, Trinidad was like there to be hit.
He figured Trinidad out. He figured him out, and you know, he was unquestionably the better man that night. And I don't know what the fuck happened, man, in those last 4 rounds. I was sickened.
He lost to Sturm, I think, didn't he?
That jab just killed him in that fight.
Sturm, he looked like shit against Sturm, but let's be fair.
I don't think he was doing too well in the Hopkins fight either. I mean, I think it was a lot of the way Khan was against Canelo. From my view, I think it was all sort of in and out, bang, 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 but not an awful lot of it was actually landing.
I think I was talking about it a couple of weeks ago. The impression I got was Hopkins was trying to be a bit too cute. I think he was trying to like prove that he was the superior boxer.
It was me and you were talking about it on Twitter, Dave.
That's right, yeah.
That's right, mate. And I thought Oscar was doing quite well in the fight.
Yeah, the first 6 rounds definitely. I thought there was nothing in it, and then I think from either the 7th or 8th round on, probably the 7th round, I think you could see the extra weight and extra strength of Hopkins took its toll. And it was like Canelo and Can, and there was kind of an inevitability about it. You know, it was only a matter of time before the stoppage came.
Yep.
What about the Mosley fights? I think Oscar won the second fight.
Yeah.
First fight, I'm not so sure. I think Mosley initiated the first one.
No.
Man, I'll never forget. If you watch the second Mosley fight, right? Jack Mosley's in the corner, and he's basically saying, you got to let your hands go or you're going to lose the fight. I mean, they were basically Jack Mosley knew the score. He knew his son wasn't performing at all, and I think Mosley came on in the last 3 rounds. I think he hurt Oscar with a body shot in the 9th round, but at the look of shock on Mosley's face when he got the verdict, I mean, he knew better than anyone. He knew he lost that fight. It's unbelievable.
Fucking juice to the gills as well, wasn't it?
Yeah, EPO, wasn't it?
Yep.
The Oscar's jab was just landing constantly. It was, I mean, that controlled the whole fight for him.
Yeah, I thought he largely dominated the fight. Aside from those few rounds that I mentioned towards the end, where Mosley, I think, knew at that stage he had to go for broke, and he caught Oscar with a sweet body shot, and he took the wind out of his sails for a couple of rounds. But I think Oscar even recovered and won the last round. There was no doubt in my mind that De La Hoya won that fight. A terrible robbery.
I think he was out jabbed and should have lost the fight to Corte, though.
Anthony knockdown shield the fight for De La Hoya.
I thought he won that, yeah.
Corte?
Yeah, I think he won the Corte fight, yeah.
What was your score?
I thought he won.
What was my score? Fig me, I barely remember what I done yesterday, let alone what I scored the fight.
No, I'm just interested though, because anytime I watch it, obviously I think there was 3-4 knockdowns in the fight. I think there was 1 round where both got knocked down.
Aye.
Yeah, 6 round, wasn't it?
6 round, aye. And Oscar put him down the 12th. I thought that 12th round knockdown shielded it for Oscar.
So I'm interested to know what your scorecards were, especially when I had 3 points to a quarter.
I can't remember my scorecard. I scored it at the time, but God knows where it is now. But the impression I got was Quarty blew it. I thought his work rate was, in some of the rounds, his work rate was disgraceful.
Typical Ghanaian, same as Josh Clotty, isn't he? You know?
Josh Clotty is the same, yeah, exactly, yeah.
I think he comes to the same school, eh?
For some reason, I think I scored at 114, 112.
That's the score. I had a level going in the last round or something like that, or something close to that. Yep.
That was some run of fights for Oscar, though, wasn't it? I mean,
he fought everyone.
He fought Quarty. He fought Obakar, who was a nightmare to box against. I think he fought Trinidad that same year, and then a few months later he fought Mosley. I mean, what an unbelievable run of fights.
I think he's fought. See, there are 4 or 5 fighters who've been rated pound for pound king. Oscar's fought. Yeah. You go Pacquiao, Mayweather, Hopkins.
Even Oscar's
Mosley was a pound for pound king, wasn't he?
That wasn't Oscar De La Hoya in the ring against Pacquiao, though. I mean, Jesus fuck, he was so. Oh God.
Even
that Oscar's is such an overrated win. Such an overrated win. I can't even put into words how fucking overrated it is.
He stopped.
As soon as I saw Oscar walk into the ring against Pacquiao, I knew he was done for. He looked ill. He looked like a bobble. He looked like a bobblehead. He was too big for his body.
You know, I changed my pick after the weigh-in.
He never weighed any heavier than what he did at the weigh-in.
You know what?
What's that?
He never weighed any heavier than what he did at the weigh-in. I think he weighed 146. He came in 146 same night.
He didn't put any weight back on at all, and I remember the boys in the Sky Studio couldn't believe it. They said, "No, that can't be right," but it was. Yeah, he didn't gain any weight at all.
You know what they done when they tried to retain his speed. They didn't rehydrate him straight away. Obviously, Freddie Roach talks about seeing the
surgical scars, wasn't it?
Aye, they didn't rehydrate him until the next day. So he's obviously weighed in and they tried to rehydrate him because they wanted obviously him to retain his speed. It was a bad move, obviously, wasn't it?
Oh, terrible. He looked ill. As soon as I saw him come to the ring, I was like, oh, Christ. And I was a huge Oscar fan. I was like, I put my head in my hands. I was like, oh, for fuck's sake, he's going to get that.
Who was training him for that one? Was that...
That was a dream team. It was a dream team. It was fucking...
Mayweather.
Was it still... Yeah, Mayweather, yeah.
No, it wasn't. It was Bernstein, wasn't it?
Bernstein, and fucking the dream team and all that, wasn't it? Angelo Dundee and all that were in camp.
Yeah, because I remember Dundee was interviewed backstage by the Sky lads. Yeah, that's right. And Bernstein was training Oscar.
I don't remember.
Because Art wasn't. I think I remember reading at the time that Ortiz was the chief sparring partner, and he busted Oscar up in the sparring.
Yeah. Oscar should have been working with Bernstein for years prior to that. I mean, that camp aside, the way he came in, I just think was him just being weight drained coming in. But I just think the way that that Bernstein teaches the balanced combinations, I think it would just been money with Oscar if they had gotten together earlier.
I think that's so overrated.
Roy Keane's a great fit for him, I think.
One of the big criticisms of Oscar, I always thought, was his frequent change of trainers. He never really settled with one trainer, and I don't think himself and Mayweather ever clicked either. I mean, he tried to adopt the shoulder roll to a degree, didn't he? And it didn't work. I mean, you need to be practicing that type of style from the start, really. And I remember he tried it. I remember he was trying that a lot against Yuri by Campos, and that looked a mismatch on paper. But Campos was catching him. He was trying that shoulder roll, and it didn't work.
He did improve his right hand because Oscar was very left-handed.
Very left-hand reliant, yeah.
If you don't have a tremendously staggered stance, the shoulder roll is absolutely useless because then your shoulder is not actually in front of your chin. That's the problem. Too many of those guys fight too much in the traditional with their feet, just not square, but not. I mean, look at Mayweather. I mean, he's almost at a 90 compared to his opponent at all times.
See, my theory is right. If your name's not Floyd Mayweather, don't fucking use the shoulder roll. Just don't use it.
Ask Berto.
Berto.
That was fucking funny.
He tried to shoulder roll and he went blind afterwards.
Oh God, Guerrero beat the shit out of him that fight. That was a good fight. Shit, I forgot all about that one.
Yeah, got him the Mayweather fight, didn't it?
Right, next question. If Dobson box bet, now I don't know whoever's got Box Nation will probably need to answer this one, but interested to hear the panel views on Box Nation a few years in. I felt it made Sky look like trash in 2016 and worth the money. So whoever subscribes to it want to take that one up.
What's the question?
There's probably no one on here who subscribes.
Proper tight bastards, eh? Dave, do you subscribe to it?
Yeah, I subscribe to it. What's his actual question, though?
It's basically, what do you think of it so far, a few years in? He says he thinks it's made Sky look like trash.
Well, yeah, I mean, their international coverage is unrivaled. I mean, I think without it, we'd be in the dark with a lot of the fights, wouldn't we? I mean, the start of this year wasn't too great. I think we missed out on one or two decent fights, but they're getting into the international fights. They've got a nice lineup coming. No, I have no complaints at all. I think they should have a couple of more magazine shows, magazine type shows. But obviously that costs money, and I'd rather they spend money. They're working on a budget, obviously, and I'd rather they use that budget to on good international fights. The Fight to Remember series that they do every Monday, I mean, that's a cracking show. I really like that. I'm not sure if any of you watch that or if any of you subscribe to Box Nation, but if you do, that's definitely worth checking out.
I do. I subscribe. I think it's good. I like it. I agree, Dave. I think we would be in the dark even in the internet era. There's still things, to be said for picking up the whole card, guaranteed on your telly, HD.
Steve, people have short memories. It wasn't that long ago that we were missing out on fights like Hopkins, Trinidad, De La Hoya, Whitaker. We were just talking about it there a while ago.
Pretty much missed Roy Jones' whole career.
Exactly. I mean, imagine that. Imagine a fight as big as Hopkins, Trinidad around now, and no TV station picked it up. There'd be uproar. But it was just accepted back in those days because Sky were the main player in town, and their international coverage by and large was quite poor. And Eurosport were the number one station, believe it or not so long ago for international coverage.
Eurosport showed quite a few Roy Jones fights. I remember watching the Telesco fight and I think the Glenn Kelly fight on that as well. But
they showed Mosley, they showed Junior Jones against Barrera. They showed a lot of stuff back in the day, and Sky were just skulking around empty arenas for local area title fights, just picking those fights up on the cheap. I think we have a pretty good now, to be honest with you, especially with the internet age.
Sky have no current commitment to international boxing beyond anything that really affects Matchroom. I mean, that's right. The monopoly has definitely showed that. I mean, I can't remember the fight that was on the one weekend, but we didn't get it. It was a big fight, and then the following weekend we got Denis Grachev against Lucien Butte, simply because at the time they were thinking that the Butte-Frotch rematch was going to go on. So basically anything that affects the Matchroom on the wider scale, they will show it, but anything else, that they're just not showing it at the moment. I mean, that's their prerogative, but we want to see the best stuff, and long may Box Nation pick it up.
Exactly, and if Box Nation weren't around, that would still be their prerogative. So we should be very grateful for Box Nation. I subscribe to it every month. I support the product. I think they've got a good thing going, and I I like their commentary team. I like their analysis. I think, big supporter of Box Nation.
Right, Adam, Tim Taper's got another question in here. Reaction to Hughie Fury passing on Dillian White fight. I thought it was because of his health, but he's already been confirmed for the Fury of Vlad undercard.
Look, they're talking a good game with Hughie Fury, aren't they? That will fight anyone, progress. And then they're not taking on Dillian White, who's coming off a shoulder injury and being knocked out by the heavyweight hope of the world. Just crack on, lads. To be honest, we're getting people pulling out of fights with Fury left, right, and centre. He comes in looking like he's just literally. I think he makes his ring entrance backwards through a hedge, literally. So yeah, we need to back up the talk. Really, they're trying to enter a stage where he's standing on his own 2 feet away from the big cousin, but. If he's to do that, we know he's still young, we know he's improving, we know he's had health problems, we know all this. But you've got to back it up in the ring. I'd rather him not fight at all than fight some Latvian idiot.
What if the Latvians braid us?
Well, I was going to say that about him. It was actually good to get a fucking Latvian. It's no like a fucking monoblocker, drug dealer, or a fucking rug seller.
Well, alright, some Bulgarian idiot. Oh no, then we've got Pulev. Just think of a country who's got shit all fighters, and then put the word idiot before them. That's what I mean.
Well, anybody else went away with Hughie Fury, but I really don't know what this problem is. Obviously, it's this acne he's got on his back and stuff that Tommy mentioned about running your tongue up the back of fucking
Oh, Jesus.
Remember you said that? Jesus Christ, that was disgusting.
But seriously though, Andy, I mean...
I'd like to know what it is, eh?
Yeah, well, obviously wanting to get his health problems sorted out, but it is a little bit embarrassing, the fact that they're always saying, oh yeah, we want to fight, nobody will fight us, we want to fight Tony Thompson, we want to do this, we want to do that, and you genuinely think, well, he really can't get an opponent here, and then the first half decent body that gets put up, Dillian White, they're not taking the fight. It's frustrating. I'm not really a Hughie Fury fan, to be honest with you. I really don't see the appeal. He doesn't excite me in the ring. He doesn't seem like a big puncher. He can box a bit. He doesn't do anything that excites me. If he's boxing or not boxing, I'm not really bothered, to be honest with you.
I think, see if you go into Peter's Twitter, he's posted a link in it and it tells you exactly what's wrong with Hughie. I think they're not going to put him in with anybody dangerous after his last fight, and he's saying he felt so flat early in the fight and that. At the end of the day, he's still a kid in that, they've got plenty of time with him, but if he's not 100%, they're not going to put him in there with the fucking, what's his face, Dillian White or that, are they?
Well, for what I read was his own antibiotics or some sort of tablets for 7 months or whatever it is, so the way I read it was he was basically going to be taking time off and that, but he's now fighting in July, yeah.
He was off, yeah, I think they plan on keeping him busy, just got to keep him sharp, though, not going to put him in anybody dangerous, eh?
Yeah.
That's just the thing, eh? So they reckon he's firing at 40% just now, so we'll wait and see.
Fair enough. Right, guys, Ruben Hemmings, when realistically should Crawford move up to 147? Great fights to be made. What's the political landscape up there? What is the options? Victor Post, well, he's obviously fighting Victor Postal next, was it next couple of weeks or something it is? At light welterweight.
Yeah.
So what you got? You've really got much. Pacquiao's retired. Bradley, I don't know. Peterson.
Top rank's getting kind of thin at 147 pounds too.
Yeah.
There's just kind of not much.
Crawford's coming to take the mantle.
Well, I've seen that Adam actually mentioned that he'd be satisfied that this Postal, I think this is on pay-per-view, HBO, he'd be happy if he gets a 1,000 buys.
1,000 buys?
Sorry, 100,000 buys. Sorry, it's that weed's kicked in there. 100,000 buys, sorry. He's obviously putting his money up for the guy, but I don't know.
So
I wonder if they're still trying to put the Chavez Duran exhibition on the undercard of that.
The Chavez one, fuck that, man.
The what?
Isn't that? There was reading that they're really seriously talking about having like a 4-round exhibition between Chavez Sr. and Roberto Duran.
On that card?
I'm not even shitting you.
Listen, man, Chavez is in fucking great shape, by the way. Have you seen the message, Gerard?
Gerard's always gas, man.
He's at the stage door drinking beer and eating fucking hot dogs.
He's drinking Atlas beers just now and fucking doing that salsa stuff that he's into just now.
Is this a circus or something? Put Andy Ruiz against Freddie Flintoff on as well while they're at it.
Oh man, fuck.
There was talk of that, like, I mean, fucking, no way, Gerard's no fought since '97. think he had a collapsed lung in a car accident or whatever it is. The guy's what, 60? I think they were 64, 65.
Yeah.
And as just told me, says I've seen a video of Chavez recently. Actually, the guy's what, mid 50s, late 50s or whatever it is. He's fucking. He's not obviously like major hand speed, but he's still knocking fuck out the heavy bag.
He's in good shape, isn't he?
Andy, is Duran in that bad a shape he wouldn't even get onto a Matchroom undercard at the moment?
Yeah.
He's bad, Luke.
He's in a bad shape.
Hey, fuck it, man. He's enjoying his life, you know what I mean? He's
I know, I mean, he's got the movie coming out shortly, so he's going to be living up with champagne and oysters and stuff, eh?
Quick question. So, what's the story with this Crawford Poster fight being on pay-per-view? Is this like the Hopkins Dawson a few years ago? Did HBO not have the budget for it, or what's the story?
Is it definitely been confirmed for pay-per-view?
Aye.
Yeah.
In America.
Yeah.
I remember they were going kind of back and forth with it, saying there won't be in that, but it's not pay-per-view. It's not a pay-per-view fight, is it?
But is it an independent pay-per-view or is it a HBO pay-per-view? What's the story? Is it a Top Rank pay-per-view?
I'm sure it's HBO.
So have they not got the budget for a regular HBO broadcast? Why is it on pay-per-view?
Must just be the money demand.
Maybe they're testing the waters, are they, just to see? I mean, who's on the undercard apart from that freak show? Is there anybody decent? I can't even think.
Hang on there now, see if I can get the card up there now.
HBO pay-per-view July 23rd. It's saying that they need, if they get 75,000 buys, they'll break even. So.
It's a big ask for Crawford. I think that Postle's an awkward big bugger. I know he can be hurt and everything, but Crawford's going to have to be punching up. And, he's a bit like a Klitschko, isn't he, that guy? I'd say he'll have those big octopus arms. And I think this is a big ask for Crawford. If he gets past this, it'll be a really, really good win.
Technically, he's okay, but he can be boring to watch. I think Oscar Valdez is on it, and that Gilberto Ramirez make a quick defence against that. That's a Sutherland fighter, that Dominic Bridget.
Aye.
That's gonna die a debt in pay-per-view.
Aye, definitely.
Nobody's going to see that.
They'll be lucky to hit 100,000 buys that by.
I bet you that Ramirez one was probably something from the Abraham being allowed to go over and defend against, Ramirez. They probably made some kind of deal. And didn't you say up Saraland as well? This guy is defending against. Sure. Yeah, there's some little deal being made there.
Right. See how many Twitter questions I've got left here before we get on to the Facebook questions. Anything decent kicking about? Well, we mentioned Josh Taylor. Cheers for that, Jack. Phil's right, Cross. You got another question here from back in 2011. Was it always Hearn's plan to move to a pay-per-view model, or have Sky led him down the path? Well, I can remember clearly when Sky pay-per-view or box pay-per-view got cancelled and when it got brought back.
Yep. They got cancelled with Harrison, didn't they?
Aye, they got brought back for Froch against Kessler rematch.
Right. Well,
the Froch Kessler fight was the reason behind that was they said it had to be pay-per-view to bring Kessler over, wasn't that the deal?
Yeah. Well, that being the case, mate. That being the case, like let's just think here. Am I right in saying that the Booty fight was on regular Sky?
Yeah.
Right. So how the fuck does a guy like him come for Canada who's making mega money to the UK? On what budget was he? What the fuck was the undercard in? And what was Froch making?
They'll just say anything.
Did Hearn say at the time that Froch wasn't making that much? I can't remember. My memory draws a blank, but I thought I remember Hearn saying something that Froch kind of took the short end of the purse and just wanted to get back into the big time.
Yeah, I think he did take the short end of the purse, but he don't make it cheap. It's just a con. He's an absolute con that is telling us that fights like Crawler and Flanagan can't be made without pay-per-view. We had Quigg and Frampton with a terrible undercard. That didn't need to be pay-per-view. It's just a con. They're making millions and millions off Joshua, and they're just pocketing it and then giving us tripe like last week that I went through. Martin Murray, keep busy. Paul Smith, keep fat, and Marcus Morrison, keep prospect. It's just like carry on boxing. It's brilliant.
But ultimately, I mean, the buck stops with Adam Smith and not you, but Adam Smith.
Yeah, you wanker.
No, the buck stops at Sky, surely. I mean, they're the ones giving the thumbs up and green lighting this shite we're seeing recently.
Well, remember what hearing on the show, I tried to draw on that a couple of times, asking whose decision that would be, and he wouldn't even draw on it. He just kept saying it's a joint decision. So,
a joint decision made jointly.
I mean, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
You know he's pushing for the fucking pay-per-view, isn't he?
Yeah, but at the end of the day, if Eddie Hearn is getting away with putting on garbage for minimum amount of cost, I mean, he's going to continue to do it. It's up to Sky to say, oh, well, hang on a second here, this card is dog shit. What are you doing serving this up for?
Yeah, 100% right.
You know what's
Sky knows the casuals will buy it, so it's really the fault of the casuals ultimately.
Exactly.
Right, Steve, we got Facebook questions here, mate.
Yep, have got quite a few in this week. Let's have a look. Right, Tommy, first question is quite a good one actually from Yusuf Ali. What are the main differences between the different brands of gloves, i.e. Grant, Reyes, Everlast, Rival? I know Reyes is perceived as the puncher's gloves, aren't they? While the winning of the Japanese gloves, I think they're extra padded, aren't they, to help the damaged hands?
Basically, the free account of it, you get it in 3 stages. You've got the winning, that's the pillars. You've got the grants, they're kind of the in-betweens. You've got good padding that, but you can hurt somebody with them as well. And obviously you've got the Cleto Reyes, the done with the horse there still, haven't they? They're the fucking puncher's gloves. So, yeah.
Which ones would be your glove of choice, Tommy, or would you just dispense with them?
I've got American Reeboks.
I've actually got this pair of it's just called Pro Box gloves. Actually, not so bad. Quite solid. Tight with the fist and the wrist and that as well, which is what you want.
I've got Can Reeboks, 20 quid at the yard, boss, man. You can't go wrong with that.
What were the gloves that Maidana wore for the first Mayweather fight? Remember there was a big row about them.
Everlast mix or something.
I watched that fight yesterday. It was Everlast.
Yeah, it was Everlast. But it was. Adam, am I right in saying that? What colour were they gloves again?
It was grey with yellow detail, from what I remember.
For Chino?
Yes.
Originally, he was going to wear the Argentine.
Exactly. So the gloves were changed.
Changed multiple times, I think, and then they complained about him in the second fight as well.
Okay, fair enough. Right. Dave, Hater Dave. We have a question from Stephen Donnell. We've covered this before in podcasts, so you can be as brief as you want. Stephen says, how widespread is PED use in boxing, and are the punishments too lenient as a deterrent?
Well, yeah, this certainly opens up a big can of worms if you want to go there. The way I personally look at it is, if you fail a test, you're guilty, and that's the only way I can do it. And I am suspicious of a lot of guys, mostly Juan Manuel Marquez. I was suspicious of Povetkin before he popped. I'm actually more suspicious of guys in the mixed martial arts world because their bodies are more warped and ridiculous. So it's hard for me to say in boxing, but there's definitely a few guys out there that raise suspicions. But until you fail a test, you can't say they're guilty.
Mm-hmm. I was reading Joe Calzaghe's autobiography recently, actually, and it was the infamous one where he said he wouldn't fight Rook, blah, blah, blah. He also did about Jones's use of these type of substances. I know there is form, but I hadn't really looked into it too much before. Do you think that's a stain on his legacy, just briefly?
I bet Calzaghe was on something. Probably on the xylocaine for his hands. Just like Floyd.
Well, I don't know so much because whatever he was taking wasn't working.
Jesus. You know someone's truly great when that's all the ammo someone can have against them is xylocaine on their hands.
Exactly,
Jesus
man.
Christ.
That's not all the evidence there is for Floyd, though.
That's different level hating, that, eh?
Mr.
Yeah, we're still in the world of PE
exemption.
Hey,
illegal IV for Pacquiao, the midget.
Calzaghe had titanium hands and on drugs, and he still won't fight for Roch.
He knows Roch would have destroyed him.
Adam, I know you don't really like the drug talk, so I'm going to hit you with the other drug question so we won't get too laboured down with it. From Liam Wynn, it's a two-part question actually, so just bear with me. He says, what's the pod's thoughts on Lucas Brown being suspended and just general thoughts on this situation? Do we feel there is anywhere else for Big Daddy to go now after his 6-month suspension? I'm assuming Chechnya isn't somewhere he's going to be going anywhere. Yeah.
6-month suspension, is that all he's got? I mean, I can't keep up. I ain't clever enough to know all the different substances and what they do, and we've got some that are weight loss bound and some that are performance enhancing. There's either two ways to go. Either we do a zero tolerance policy but that involves getting all the big boys together, including the different testing agencies and the different governing bodies and the different countries. That ain't going to happen. It's an absolute mess. Ain't going to happen. So I just go through and I just have a feeling that they're all at it. So like politics in this country, where you say they're all the same, they're all on the nick. It's like boxing. You just got to imagine that they're all at it, and an unfortunate few get caught. When the main star of the whole sport, and by a distance, gets caught red-handed doing it the night before the biggest fight of our generation, and it just, we moan for a couple of weeks and it just gets brushed under the carpet. It's mad. It's madness. It's absolute madness that, people are just getting away with it left, right and centre. A samples, B samples, 6-month ban. Duradollar got caught the other month and then fought on Saturday. It's a mess. It's a complete mess.
I think, in my opinion, I mean, I know a lot of people say if you're caught with, if you fail a drugs test, for whatever reason, it should be an automatic lifetime ban. I think it should be taken on a case-by-case basis, personally, and it should be reviewed and find out what the story is. Because, I mean, you can't compare someone like, we'll just take for instance Enzo Macronelli, right? Buys something over the counter, or he buys something from a supplement magazine. It contains traces of a banned substance. I think that was the gist of the story, and he failed the drugs test. I mean, you can't compare that with someone like Shane Mosley, who underwent a rigorous drug taking program. They're two different things. So I think each case has to be taken on its own merits. I mean, the Roy Jones case is funny as well. I mean, I forget what he failed for. Does anyone remember what he failed for? What it was a type of steroid, but I can't remember the name of the steroid. Anyone remembers? But anyway, I think it was a legal drug, if I'm not mistaken, but it was banned by the IBF, but it wasn't banned by Indiana State, where he fought. Was it Richard Hall? Was it? So I mean, the point I'm trying to make, I mean, it's a very grey area, I think, the whole drugs use, and as well as that, the line between what's legal and what's not legal is very thin. I mean, we talked about Povetkin earlier on. I mean, what he failed for was legal a few months beforehand. It doesn't make it right, of course. I mean, if you're a professional athlete, you should know what's going into your body. But I'm just saying that it's not as black and white as it looks, as it appears at times.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there do seem to be different levels too, but I'm like you, Dave. It's difficult to keep up with the different machinations of it. Andy, you still with us?
Yeah, mate.
Friggin' hope you are. Rory Paddock asks you, we all talk about the best current pound-for-pound fighters, so which current trainers would you put in a pound-for-pound top 10, and would Tesco Joe deserve a spot?
Fuck Joe Gallagher. Top 10, oh, fuck's sake.
Just name off as many as you can think, really.
Well, right now, in the sport?
Yeah, current
Active.
trainers. Yeah.
Well, I don't really rate Hunter all that highly, so I'm not going to bother putting him. Roach has had his day. Floyd Seniors and Roger's done.
Jackson's up there, right?
Aye, John David Jackson's up there. He's probably one of the best.
Emil Sanchez.
Possibly, aye. He does a lot of talking though for his fighters. That's the fucking thing that bugs me about him.
I think sometimes you need to see noticeable improvement in the fighters. There's too often fighters go with a trainer for a couple of fights or whatever. You don't actually see any improvement. It's just the name they're running on. I mean, like a few years ago, remember Buddy McGirt started working with Arturo Gatti, and you saw a noticeable improvement in Gatti's boxing skills. Even on a lower level, there's a trainer down in Dublin, Dave, I'll probably know him, Phil Sutcliffe, and you could see the guys he took on, Fitzgerald, Casey, Waldron, from their debuts right through till they fought for titles. You could see a noticeable improvement in their boxing skills and their defence. Surely they're the type of coaches, no matter how high or low profile, who should be getting the credit.
And McGirt, he had Malagnaggi. Did he have Tarver as well?
Yep.
Yeah, I mean, there you go. I mean, so we definitely saw noticeable improvements in those fighters. So that's exactly it. If they add another dimension to the fighter, I think that that speaks volumes about how talented the trainer is.
I still like Robert Garcia. I think he's a good trainer as well, man. He gets a lot of his fighters.
None of them are on Tim Lane's level.
In the cage. Any more to add, Andy, before we move on?
Nah. No, I can think. I'm actually racking my brain now. As you say, that Tim Lane guy in the cage, baby. Nah. Come at me just now, mate. This is the fog of that lemon zest I'm on in the Keith. Honest to God, I'm on the Furstenberg now. So this is the reason why this is a bit of a car crash this week, because I've, as I says, I've been failing fucking drugs tests and breathalyzers just now, like.
Breathalyzers.
Breathalyzers.
Right, Andy, well, you go and reach for
I
the
know-
breathalyzers. Will. Sorry, who's that?
I just said, I know we're off the subject now, sort of, but Edgar Fury you mentioned. One of our podcast guests and a legend.
Friend of the show.
Friend of the show, man, Peter.
Yeah, we all echo whatever he just tried to say. Okay, final question. This is for Matty, and Donnie's away now, isn't he, I think?
Fuck Donny.
Alright, Matty, it's just for you then. Second question to the American guys on the show, so I suppose Dave can jump in as well if he wants to. As you know, the British side of boxing better than most US fans. Can I ask for your comparison between the pros and cons of the sport in both the UK and the USA? Is there certain things that the US does better than the UK and vice versa? And what would you say are the biggest differences?
I'll tell you where you guys have a really good advantage on us is your general sporting culture. You get in just like, you have your, some of your smaller towns and they get behind the football clubs and they're all over the place. Seems like every fucking town has a club over there, everybody can fucking tell. And here, even though we might have some regional things going on, you got like the Polish people in Chicago and shit like that, etc. We don't have those really, really strong and more regional sports figures, the Broncos are one team and one professional football team in an area that covers, thousands and thousands and thousands of square miles. So that's the only game in town, and by not building that culture, you don't get the other things. You guys go out for in the small club shows, you go out for fighters, from your town, and it seems like they do a really good job of promoting it themselves. And I just don't think we have we're not good at doing the local promotion thing like you guys are. But on the other hand, I do think that the fact that Vegas and New York are meccas of boxing, we do get the best fights out here once people prove of their star quality.
I agree with everything Maddie said about the positive side. Now let me tell you why you suck. I think there's too much focus on the amateur game. I know that the amateur game is changing, but as far as the old scoring system where the computer scoring with the taps, I think it's produced it's made certain guys into lesser fighters than they could have been, like Luke Campbell and Audley Harrison, Frankie Gavin, even Amir Khan. I think it's too much emphasis on the tapping and the scoring points, meaningful punches, and I think this might have to do with it. In the last maybe 5 years, I think there's been a lesser degree of body work done by British fighters. I see American fighters, Mexican fighters, other fighters doing more body work than British guys. I think they're headhunters a little bit.
Thanks, Dave, Matty. Andrew, I hope you're in a good state because it's all back to you. Don't forget to like the Facebook page if you haven't already. Thanks, guys, for the questions.
Cheers, troops. Right, Bellew of the Week. I've got the first two nominations. Go to, again, Sky Sports Boxing on Twitter and fucking the website or whatever. Tweeted out that Jesse Vargas happy to travel to the UK for unification bout against Anthony Crawler. Weight divisions 2 apart.
Classic.
Hey, that sounded like a deep drag there, baby. That hit the spot. My grinder's away across the fucking room here. I need to go and get it. Right, next one comes into Sky Sports Boxing again. It says stripped and banned. Lucas Brown's been stripped of his WBA title after B sample test positive. The other thing is they actually tagged in Mike Davis, who's a Raiders fan, and he goes under the name of @BigDaddyBrown1. Fucking. Next one goes to The Rock. Dwayne Johnson, as everybody knows. Dave Lee will know who he is. Probably know his inside leg measurement, probably. But he just basically goes on. He goes on to Instagram and posts about this picture with AJ and this guy Briswell, and he's saying like it's for real and stuff. And he's just basically kind of like big monologue, and he signs off by saying, "Both undefeated, both will be ready. Should be a great fight." Can't wait. Eyes never lie. It's going to be this is going to be the biggest fucking waste of time ever. Pay-per-view as well. Melee Tate on Facebook. This is with regards to Canelo Golovkin fight. Canelo is faster than Triple G, has better defense and better foot movement. I think Triple G just has more power. Oh yeah, he's also got a better resume than Golovkin as well. So that's Canelo apparently got better foot movement. Born Evertonian on Twitter basically goes on about Amir Khan. Imagine what would happen if Amir Khan, if he'd ever had a matchup with someone like AJ, he would get absolutely wasted. And finally, Box Nation gets a nomination this week. They're still tweeting their fight poster for Oval Mackenzie against Kusher. And it's actually, I think Big Enzo's taking the fight instead now. Big Kusher, so
it's been rearranged. It's been rearranged, hasn't it?
That fight?
Yeah, Mackenzie and Kusher's back on.
What day is it?
God knows. I'm only a casual.
Well, Box Nation, listen, we get Dab on the YouTube chat fucking telling us different. Box Nation are getting nominations, so what else we got this week? Richie Woodall. He compared Andrew Selby to Lomachenko because of the amateur experience. I remember, Tommy, you remember that one, mate? I think that's all I've got so far. So that's 6, 7. Anybody else get any nominations? This feels like a fucking drag. Speak to me, bitches. Fuck's sake.
You can't beat that Khan fighting AJ fucking comment. You can't fucking beat that.
It's like fucking dead air I'm talking to here, man. Jesus fuck.
How about?
No, I was on mute, so I was actually talking, but I was on mute. So.
Irish after all, I suppose, isn't you?
I know. Look, I'm not technically minded like the rest of you. So you have to forgive me. You have to have a bit of patience with me. There was a chap there by the name of Richard Fletcher during the week. I mean, he used to write for Boxing Monthly, but he tweeted to Nick Halling. I forget what the actual tweet was verbatim, but it was basically saying that he's a perfect commentator and the best he's heard since Reg Guttridge.
Jesus fuck.
Reg is just absolutely just come out the grave there. Fuck's sake.
Who said
Actually,
that?
Who said that?
A fella called Richard Fletcher. He used to write for Boxing Monthly. I've actually got the tweet here. I just pulled it up.
Richard Fletcher.
Yeah, he tweeted to Nick Halling. He goes, "Word perfect commentary on Saturday, Nick. Best since Reg, in my opinion." He got a retweet off from Nick Halling as well. So fair play.
Nick Holland is a fucking waste of oxygen.
Well, not according to Richard Fletcher.
I got in a brief
Richard
discussion
thinks he's
with
great.
Andy Pops on Twitter. He was accusing all American fighters of being on PEDs, I guess trying to defend Sasha, the fat Reuter.
Winding you up, Dave.
Well, regardless, somehow we got on the subject of Isaac the Grenade Ekpo, and Andy Pops said Andy Pops said the prison canteen was located in Ankara, Ghana. Ankara is the capital of Turkey.
No, I'm not going to put Pops in there. Pops is a good dude. I'm taking command of that one. Pops isn't getting a nomination.
I thought you were going to say that Ekpo was on the juice. Then that would have just crushed me.
I'm going to veto Pops for that one because he's going to buy me a pint at Burns against that Italian fucking jobber.
So you're doing it for alcohol?
Why you know?
Yeah. That's as good a reason as any to do it.
Andy, Dab's begging for a link to come on and set you right.
Set me right. Dab can go and fucking suck my root. You're a fucking pleb. Talk all the fucking big shit, eh? I'm going to fucking do you in and all that sort of stuff, eh? What happened to you, Manchester? Turn up, you fucking prick.
Shat it, eh?
Fucking shat it.
Dab, shat it, eh?
New hashtag.
Fucking goes about that YouTube fucking link trolling every cunt and expects me to do him fucking favours. Go fish your fucking mother. Right, any other nominations?
Is that a no?
Fuck 'em.
I nominate Tommy for saying that Whitaker beat Chavez, or Chavez beat Whitaker. What the fuck was that, Tommy?
You I'll just go back to that fucking prick, actually, Dab. Let me go fucking back to him, because this relate to fucking Monday's cluster with our friends across the fucking way, alright? Dab, you know the reason why I didn't want you on the fucking call, mate? Because give me what you are. You're a fucking snitch. And snitches get fucking stitches, you fucking prick. Because what did you fucking do on Monday, or what you claim you're going to fucking do after the fucking Maravilla? Tom dropped the fucking shit on Paul Smith. What you fucking going to do? Or claim you're going to do? You're animating fucking Paul Smith like a fucking coward like you are.
Fucking grass.
Eh? Fucking
Fucking
snide.
grass.
You're fucking snide, that's what you are, you fucking wank.
Andy, let's calm down a bit. Fucking
You're not coming on this fucking show because you're a fucking snide. That's all
At
you
least
fucking need
he's,
to know, you a fucking prick.
At least he's a loyal listener. That's what matters.
We'll cut that bit out, lads.
Why don't you cut it out? Just tell him the fucking truth. He's a fucking snide, that's all he is. I can't even deal with these cunts. Disloyal motherfucker. Fuck you! Right, what we got? Nominations, guys. Sorry about that.
At least Donny's not getting it tonight. Andy, did you get the crawler?
I killed the mid.
Did you get the crawler one for Sky Sports?
Is that the one about for Vargas?
Yeah.
I got that one, mate. Aye.
Alright.
Nothing else. Jesus
Yeah,
Christ.
I'm quite shaken.
Fucking asking, you're like a woman.
I'm like a what?
You're like a fucking woman. You keep fucking
I'm
asking.
so pissed that fucking Wilder for Bacon go fucking cancelled for fuck's sake, hillbilly. I'm fucking raging at that shit.
Smoke some more weed.
I can't because I'm going to do this shit. I'm fucking hyperventilating here. I want to get off.
3 bowls while we've been sitting here, and I'm
I've
fine.
had a fucking break of doing this show for about almost 2 years since you shut it. Come on, the fuck, you need to step up to the plate and take over for a change.
Yeah, and the original crew was far less annoying than this bunch of fucks.
I know, at least they fucking spoke back then. At least every cunt fucking spoke back then. Every cunt's fucking quiet as a mouse. Look, I've got that fucking snide dab on the fucking show.
He might talk more than us, Andy. Get him on.
Aye. So you're going to talk about fucking Box Nation, Frank Warren's fucking boss eyes and his fucking how he's arse sniffs.
You know what really grinds my gears?
Come on, I spit it out.
Oh shit.
Right,
Right.
come on. How many more Bellews have we got, Andy? Is that the lot?
Right, I've got Richard
I haven't got
Fletcher,
any.
Fox Nation, Everton Blue, Richie Woodall, Melly Tate, The Rock, Dwayne Johnson, maybe want to fucking call him Dave, and Sky Sports.
Don't fall for The Rock, please. I'll
Don't
boycott
fall
this
for The
show.
Rock. Why?
Don't fall for The Rock. You can't fall for The Rock. You calling The Rock value of the week.
The Rock.
What an insult.
You might get a fucking bit of banner away on Twitter then. That's when they're on the steroids. Kenny, that cunt's on the fucking roids.
Oh, no, come on, that's all hard work. Don't you dare say that.
Aye, that's all bread and water, mate, aye.
Don't you dare. No, don't you dare say The Rock's on steroids. No, I'm not having that. No, that's come on.
You put
Disgraceful.
that cunt under a black light, he's gonna fucking glow green.
No, I'm not having
And
that.
Tommy's only got talcum powder.
It doesn't really matter if he's on the roids though, because it's just pro wrestling. It's fake.
Oh, that's it. I'm off. I'm out of it.
I've got The Rock.
Right, so Tommy's voting for The Rock. Okay.
I'm always joking. I voted for Richie Woodall.
Richie Woodall, right, okay. Right, David, what are you fucking voting for, mate?
Which one?
I just
Yeah,
read
the
out the
hater or
list. I just read out the list. I just said David. I said Dave the Hater for bringing Dave the Hater, and I said David for you.
Okay, that's cool.
Just say The Rock. Just say The Rock.
No.
I mentioned it before during your rant, but I'm voting for Sky Sports.
Sky Sports, okay.
No, I'm voting for Richard Fletcher because that Nick Halling tweet was horrible. Disgraceful. Imagine comparing Nick Halling to Reg Guttridge. I mean, come on, for God's sake.
That's blasphemy. That's blasphemy, eh? It's fucking, it's an outrage. So now fucking.
Don't go you. I'm
Jesus
going for Fletcher.
Mr. Whiskey! Fuck! Who've I no got? Steve, did I get you, mate?
Yeah.
I'm voting for that kid who made the hauling comment.
Richard Fletcher, right? Steve, sorry.
Yeah, Richard Fletcher. I don't usually get too angry about these things, Andy, but I mean, Reg Guttridge was a great commentator. I mean, and Hauling just isn't, so it's got to be Richard Fletcher.
Right.
It's because that lad who made the comment about AJ and Khan obviously don't follow boxing. This kid actually follows boxing, knows a commentator from past times, and has still made that ridiculous comment.
But he writes for boxing professionally, so he should know better.
Right.
Well,
David Lee.
Let's put him in jail then.
David Lee, I think you need to fucking tweet him that he has won this award this week. Congratulations, Richard Fletcher. You need to let him know right now, mate. See if we can get him on the show.
I'll tweet him tonight.
Okay, next week, boxing wise, we've got obviously got the Russian card, obviously Povetkin and Wilder's off it. Russian Hammer's back in action. Chakiev's on action. I see Bob Adjijav's actually on that card as well, guys. Against Umar Salamov, 15-0. Denis Lebedev and Ramirez topping the card, so this will be tuning in for that one. David Hay against some fucking Swiss Toblerone eater.
Hey, don't dismiss him. He has the longest winning streak in boxing.
Fuck's sake. Tragic. Showtime. New Americans will be all over this one, surely. Fuck. Charlo against Trout and Matarazzi against Lara.
Fuck her up.
Fuck me.
That's going to
Well,
have
then
to
it's
watch
also
that.
the other Charlo's also fighting Jackson, I think, or possibly. So I'll get to see both Charlos in action. It'll be Charlo squared.
Is it Johnny Jackson? Johnny Jackson.
I think so. And I hope fucking Martirosyan gets to Lara this time. I'm really tired of hearing about Lara. Canelo knocks out Lara in a rematch. Fuck Lara. Fucking tired of him.
I hope Vanez wins that fight as well.
Yeah. I very rarely root for Armenians, but go Vanis.
Team Lara, Cuban school in session.
Oh, fuck you. You bitch about how boring boxers are, and then you jump on the most popular bandwagon going in boxing.
Whoa.
Fuck off.
Wait.
I'm going to go with the Cubans and be in the minority. Fucking retarded.
Who do I
Come
complain
on,
about
Dave.
that's boring? Who do I complain about that's boring? I am
Floyd?
on record.
Floyd, for the last fucking 7 years, I've had to listen to you bitch about Floyd.
I don't complain about his style at all. If you're not good enough to beat it, that's your problem. No, I complain about Floyd for being a cherry picker and a Reuter and a wife beater. Also, that doesn't matter.
Well, we all like to wear tank tops sometimes. What's your point?
You're right. I guess it wasn't technically a wife that he beat up. It was his baby mama.
Anyway, back to Laura Martirosyan.
Who's going to be watching that shit, honestly? Come on. Let's fight and get serious. Fuck's sake.
It's a competitive fight. I'll watch it.
Austin Trout against
Tommy's tongue.
And I love Austin Trout. Beat the Charlo.
Oh my god, that's going to be even fucking shit of that fight.
The thing is, when you think about it,
man.
Frank Warren fucking mentioned Austin Trout for Liam Smith and then pulls up some fucking Balkan fucking gravedigger for fucking Balkan's War, for fuck's sake.
Who else is on the Laura card? Did you say, Andy? Who was it?
Jarmel Charlo against John Jackson and Lara Martirosyan, as you say. BJ Flores, Bebut Shumenov. All the lock-on ATGs.
That's going to be horrific, isn't it? The Shumenov fight's going to be horrific. Shumenov throws about 7 punches around, and Flores doesn't know how to cut the ring off.
But they're having a rematch. Wasn't the first fight bad enough?
See the good thing about next week, we've got fucking Lebedev back, haven't we?
Well,
big bad Dennis.
He's a fucking ugly-looking bastard as well, eh? But
he's getting fight for fun, man.
Aye.
Is that on Boxing Nation? Who's he against?
I think so. Mate. I'm pretty positive it is because they were showing some of the Wilder stuff earlier on there. Which, by the way, I remember just Sky are showing Joseph Parker next Saturday. Callis Takam.
The winner's going to be fucking he's mandatory, isn't he?
That's a good fight.
It'll be interesting to see where Parker's at actually, and obviously Friday there should be some streams kicking around as well. The cruiserweight division, Kalenga against Dorquois. That's that Cuban cruiserweight guy. vacant WBA title. What the fuck? I mean, Lebedev's been active, and there you go, WBA by a way, but Regondo getting reinstated as super champion, eh?
Shocking,
Oh, missed that fucking one, eh?
Shocking.
Are we allowed
Fucking
to say
terrible.
WBA again then?
Yeah, but I'm incapacitated in Steve,
Andy, that's
so
10 minutes ban, please.
Yeah, go on, off you go.
Steve will take
I'll gladly take that ban
No,
right now.
listen here, Andy. Seriously, I don't know what the hell's going on, but you see the Parker fight, right? That's the good fight. Do you think if Parker beats Takam, say he knocks him out in about 4 or 5 rounds, would that be a better win than anything that Joshua's done in his career?
Absolutely, without question.
That's a good
Without a
question.
doubt, man. Without a shadow of a doubt.
That's a good question. I mean, you've got to just look at, well, you look at his record, it's no fucking great. Okay, he got knocked out in 10. Thompson, was he Royden? And I think he beat Sprott as well in a 8-rounder or something, so...
I think he beat that Cuban dude who comes out of Ireland. What's his name?
Mike
Perez.
Yeah, I think Takam beat him.
He won that fight. He did win that fight.
I suppose.
Perez is no longer Irish. We've disowned him after the Povetkin fight. We'll find someone else, don't worry.
Levan Govamicheva.
I think it's a decent enough fight for him, I suppose, but back to the original question.
We need to find out about Parker, really, don't we? I mean, we've seen a little bit of him. He hasn't fought the best opposition. I thought he struggled a bit with that Australian in his last fight. We don't know what he's got. He's got fast hands, bit of a punch, but can he stand up to someone? Takam's not great, but in this era he's decent, so it is a good fight.
Are Sky showing this live or are they showing it on the delay?
They're just showing it, mate, as far as I know, but Sky haven't got a show next week. Hayes on Dave, as you know, but
yeah.
So
what time would it be, Andy, then?
Let me check.
8 or 9 o'clock in the morning, something like that.
Nah, it can't be
that. It would be on early in the morning, wouldn't it? 9 o'clock.
It would be about 9 o'clock in the morning, wouldn't it?
Probably show it on delay, maybe, because, as I say, by the time you get up with that, the fight will be over, but they have to get the boxing link up to Sky Sports. Boxing and Sky.
I wouldn't rely on that.
Yeah, I suppose. But it's the best we can go off the room, mate, and according to this, it's 11 o'clock in the morning, it's getting shown on Sky Sports 3.
Yeah, I must be live, isn't it?
Yeah, it's live.
Yeah.
So that's next Saturday. I'm flying a helicopter next Saturday, so all you cunts I'll be hoping I go down a blaze of glory, you know.
What?
I'm flying a helicopter in Cumbernauld next week.
What's that about?
Well, I'm not able to see the fight.
Alright.
Are you learning to be a pilot, or are you going for a ride?
I'm going to become the white ISIS. I'm going to just fucking fly my helicopter right in this shit. No, I'm joking, obviously. But no, I've been given a couple of lessons and stuff, so I'm going to go and try it out.
Right, come on, let's get out of here.
Yeah, I think so. Anyways, as you know, it's apologies for me. Incapacitated. As I says, the wife's away for fucking 5 days with the burn. I've got house to myself, lying with bluets, 4 gram, whiskey, beer, wine. I'm fucking enjoying myself. If you've been offended, I don't give a shit. It's all a good laugh. If you take anything I say seriously, then more to it. Thank all you guys, Steve, Tommy, Dave Lee, Adam, Matty D, all the best. We'll see you next week. Cheers.
Stipe Miocic, top 10 pound for pound, baddest man on the planet.